What is going on, everybody? I am the FDGURU, bringing to you guys a Tuesday MLB edition of my DFS podcast. We have 11 games on the main slate tonight, 4 games on the early slate. That'll be on my dub club as usual. The 3-game after hours slate will also be on my dub club. Yesterday's slate was gross. Only 3 games all day, staggered, a couple hours apart. It was really gross from the get-go. Much better slate of games today. I'm doing a free Guru credit code in this video. I'll give you guys the code after the first couple of my plays as usual. And let's get after today's games. As usual, the dub club will be posted up around an hour before lock, as will the main slate. Main slate will be on my website where you spend the Guru credits. But let's get into my plays here today. A lot of good pitchers. Not a ton of great value bats. We do have one rain game to keep an eye out on. The Rays at the Royals. We'll have to take a look at the radar before lock. It's not an overly, intriguing game anyways. Both pitchers are decent. It is a 9.5 over-under, so maybe we do get to some bats in that game, but the rain making it risky. I will keep that game out of this video. Give this video a like, subscribe. I try to do as many giveaways as possible. Looking to start off the new month of July much better than we've seen over the last couple of months. So let's look at pitcher here. Like I said, a ton of great guys to spend up on. You could go to Skubal at Minnesota. They strike out plenty. He is 11K though, but he's great. I wouldn't hate it if you went up there. Lopez having a surprisingly dominant year for the Braves. They need it with Spencer Strider going down for the year early. Dylan Cease, tougher matchup in Texas. I do think Grayson Rodriguez is the best value play at 10,200. He is projected the most fantasy points on the slate. Prize Picks has him at 38 right now, which tops anyone else. It's really just, not only is he great, 3.7 ERA, pretty damn good. The matchup's great. Seattle is a pitcher's ballpark. They are striking out, a top of the league compared to all the other teams. So it's a great matchup for Rodriguez. He's been great all year. Not a great start, giving up 7 runs against Houston, but he did strike out 8. The strikeout numbers are there. Other than that Houston start, he's been cooking for 35-plus points since May 18th. So he's looked great over the last couple of months. He's probably going to go 6-7 innings for that quality start. Is he a big favorite? I don't think he is because he's against George Kirby. The Mariners are actually slight favorites in this game. So it's going to be hard for him to get the win, but he should, get fantasy points by, getting plenty of strikeouts and getting that quality start. I like the spend up at 10-2 for Grayson Rodriguez tonight. If you wanted to look a little cheaper, Jose Soriano coming off of the IL. He was on, the shortest part of the IL, the 10-day IL. So he shouldn't be limited. He's very cheap. Great matchup in Oakland against the Athletics. I would assume he doesn't have a pitch count, but it is a little risky that he does after being on the IL. But 8,200 is a great salary saver on him. He was great before getting hurt, a 3.48 ERA. All he really needs to do is get 24-plus fantasy points. Even if he were to pitch 80 or 90 pitches tonight, there's a decent chance he gets that regardless against the Athletics. So I don't mind him, and I don't mind Mitch Spence. He's been a guy that I've gone to in the past as a cheap pitcher. So cheap, 7,100. Good matchup. On the other side of things here against this Angels team without Mike Trout. It's only a 7.5 over-under, basically a pick 'em. So it looks like the two, cheap value pitchers on this slate are going to come from this Angels and Athletics game. Jose Soriano, not a bad play. Mitch Spence for $1,000 less, not a bad play either. He can go 5 to 6 innings. All he needs at 7,100 is just, 18-plus fantasy points. We're going to feel pretty good. We had him against the Royals 2 starts ago when he got 37. So, I don't mind Mitch Spence if you want to spend up on bats. There's a lot of bats to spend up on tonight, so I wouldn't fault you for spending down at pitcher. Mitch Spence could be a guy that gets into your tournament lineup. For the infield, one of the best value plays on the slate. I don't think he's going to be batting sixth. I think he's going to be batting in the top 5 of this Rockies lineup. Brendan Rodgers, 3,100. This Coors Field game, obviously the best game to target tonight. 11 over/under. You got Ryan Feltner on the mound against Dallas Keuchel, the newly acquired veteran for the Brewers, coming in with an 11 ERA. Both teams look great to pick here on offense. Brendan Rodgers, righty-lefty matchup against Keuchel. I'd be surprised if he's batting sixth. He's been batting well, especially as of late. 4 for his last 7. He hit a homer a couple of games ago against the White Sox. He grades out really well, and at Coors Field, 3,100 is always going to be a cheap price. So I like Rodgers. I think he's going to be pretty popular tonight at second base. Second infield play, another decent value. We don't have a ton of cheap guys, like I said, until we get confirmed lineups. Usually some guys come out that we aren't expecting, but Nico Horner, is that how you say it? He looks good. He should be leading off. The Cubs are in a great spot tonight against Michael Mercado. It's a 9.5 over/under. They're favorited just slightly. I don't know who Michael Mercado is. I'm assuming he's a AAA guy. The cheapest pitcher on FanDuel tonight. Let's see. Yeah, starter in AAA, getting called up. Looks like the Cubs should be able to hit him tonight at home. I like Nico leading off tonight at sub 3K. He should get 5 at-bats, and he's on a 8-game hitting streak, 2 homers in his last 4 games. He can steal bases, 3 stolen bases in those games. He looks great. The Cubs, one of the best teams to stack tonight against Mercado. Mercado is the cheapest pitcher on FanDuel tonight for a reason. He should struggle. I'm assuming it's his debut, so I like the Cubs. I like Nico at second base or shortstop at sub 3K tonight. For that Guru credit code, go to my website. You can sign up. No credit card required. You just got to confirm an email. These credits get you all lineups I post for the main slate on my website. PGA, we have the John Deere Classic this week. I'll have that up. MLB main slate, FanDuel, and DraftKings. Go to the shop page. There's a coupon bar here. This is where you buy all your usual credits. For 10 credits, type in MLB and the date, all caps, July 2. MLB July 2. Hit apply coupon. You will get 10 credits automatically uploaded into your balance. Again, just like this video, I do appreciate your guys' support. For the outfield, there's plenty of great outfielders to spend up on tonight. You got Aaron Judge against Graham Ashcraft of the Reds. The Yankees are projected to score runs, minus 205 at home, 8.5 over/under. So Judge, if you want to go to him, I mean, you can't argue it. Ohtani, a great matchup at home against Reen Nelson. Juan Soto in the same boat as Aaron Judge. I do think Christian Yelich is the best spend up tonight. He's not as good of a hitter as these guys, but I'm going to give the slight advantage to Coors Field, and he also has an unbelievable matchup. We got Ryan Feltner on the mound, the righty of the Rockies, a 1-7 record, 5.8 ERA. So not only does Yelich have as good of a matchup as all these other top guys, he's at Coors Field. So we're going to give the edge to the ballpark here. He's sneaky. His power's a little down, but he's sneaky having one of his great MVP caliber seasons that we have not seen in a few years. 323 average, just quietly one of the best hitters in the MLB this year. He has 4 stolen bases over his last 5 games. The guy's been swiping bags, looks fully healthy, has a good chance to get 5 at-bats tonight. Hit a triple yesterday for us, hit a homer the game before. This guy's red hot. I know we're talking about Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, but Yelich, he's right up there. I think he has as good of a chance to homer as Judge and Ohtani. I could sound crazy, but I am going to, just favor the fact that they're at Coors Field, and it's so much easier to hit home runs out of Coors Field. So the fact he has a chance to go deep tonight and he steals bases and he's hitting for a great average, sign me up for Christian Yelich. Again, if you go cheap at pitcher, you can probably pick two of these guys. There's a ton of great guys to spend up on tonight. I'm going to say Yelich is the best option just because of Coors Field. And then our last play, a 3K guy, the Braves. I mean, it's tough. I'm going to bite my tongue a little bit here because how many times have the Braves been in a great offensive spot this year and they just absolutely suck? They're in another great spot here tonight at home against Hayden Birdsong. Hilarious name for the Giants pitcher. Coming off of his debut, a 5.8 ERA. He gave up 3 earned in 4 2/3, 6 hits. He should struggle in Atlanta tonight. Jared Kelenic, with their injuries to Michael Harris, Ronald Acuna, he's been leading off. Lefty-righty matchup here. Good price at 3K. Batting .280. Homered a couple of games ago. Homered again. You know, he has 3 homers in the last 10 days. I like Kelenic here. Should get 5 at-bats. Again, the Braves, they're expected to score some runs tonight. And I know they've been a huge disappointment this year. But sneaky still, they're 46-36. It seems like they're playing a lot worse. 8.5 over-under minus 190 favorites. You could even look at a guy like Matt Olson, who's far too cheap. But he's been bad as well. 3,200. We know his power upside. But for the outfield, I do like Kelenic at 3K. I don't see why he wouldn't be leading off tonight with the lefty-righty matchup. He looks good at this price. That'll do it for this video, guys. Let's have a great Tuesday, not only on the main slate, but the early slate and after-hour slates on my Dub Club. Give this video a like. Don't forget to put in that Guru credit code, and let's crush. Until next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.